Welcome back to the Deep Digger Sports Pod. I'm your host, Drew, my other host right over there.
What's up? It's D. Good to see you again. Be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe. Drop some comments below. Let us know your thoughts.
Today we are talking Arizona State dropping a game against Mississippi State. Did you see the video that going around the coach after the game?
Oh, where he's in the locker room and he's like, there's only one thing that feels better than this. And I'm taking care of that later tonight.
Such good vibes. But I'm also seeing a lot of talk for the Arizona State head coach. His decision to kind of send an all-out blitz at the end of the game, pretty similar to what happened in that Texas playoff game, and it not working 2 times in a row.
I know a lot of people were very, very surprised at Mississippi State getting this win. I was not. I mean, realistically, you look at what happened last year. They won by 7 points. And that was a trash Mississippi State team, if we're going to be honest. This is the Mississippi State team that lost to Toledo. And you come out here and it's like, okay, they're revamped. They look better. And I was thinking, okay, Kenny Dillingham is really poking the bear here in his pregame, talking about Starkville, saying, okay, well, we have to stay an hour outside of the stadium because everything is a hotel and casino. We don't have any places to eat. And it pissed off the Starkville, fan base. It pissed off Mississippi State. It pissed off a bunch of people. It pissed off SEC fans because they're like, no, fuck you. We stay there. If Alabama is staying there, if LSU is staying there in Starkville, like, we know that you in Tempe, Arizona, who do you think you are? So I know it pissed off a lot of people. And this was a game that the vibes were so high. The cowbells were ringing. It was crazy to see. And again, one of the main markers that I look for when I look at a team is if they had a lot of close wins. That is a marker for me where I'm like, okay, you can't do that every single year. They're probably going to take a step back this year. And yeah, they brought back a lot of their key pieces. How much of that is, I know people were talking about like Boise State losing a ton because of Ashton Genty. Well, Arizona State lost a lot. Like, you look at what Cam Scadaboo is doing on Sunday and what he was doing last year on Saturdays. Like, they lost a lot with Cam Scadaboo. And so I wasn't surprised by the outcome. It ended up being a very close game. It was a barn burner of a game. And I was pumped to see it, but it wasn't super, super surprising. I don't think that a lot of people that were in the know were like, oh my God, this is unheard of. But it was really cool to see.
Yeah, it wasn't too surprising for me. I'm kind of on that same thought. Arizona State, we were both talking about them having a step back this year. Sam Levitt, I know they had 200-yard rushers in this game, but Sam Levitt's a guy that we knew after Cam Scadaboo is leaving, who was really the heart and soul of this team. They were going to want to lean on Sam Levitt's arm more. He went 10 for 22, 82 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. And he really just, the season hasn't been, it feels like he hasn't taken a step forward for this offense to lean on him as a passer and really shift their identity from this run heavy, rely on backs to a veteran quarterback presence.
Yeah, and I don't want to speculate, but I am seeing there are rumors that he is not 100%. So that could be it. I think that, I don't want to speculate about another guy's health, but maybe that's part of why. But also, Mississippi State did revamp that D line. They were getting after it when he was dropping back to throw. And in the second half, Kenny Dillingham was like, you know what? We're not going to be able to throw for this. Let's just run it down their throat. And they did. They were running all over them. Well, almost had it. They almost had it.
They did. I would have loved to see overtime, but it's going to be interesting to see this Big 12 play out. I'm like looking at the standings and just at the quality of the teams. I mean, you have Arizona State now with a loss, Kansas State with 2 losses, and those are 2 teams that people pick to win this conference. And now Iowa State's looking good. Arizona is undefeated. BYU, Houston, Utah looks great. I feel like at this point, from what I've seen, there's like 10 teams I would feel comfortable saying, like, yeah, they could win the Big 12.
Well, even then, Kansas just they were in it for a good portion of the border war against Missouri this week, and Jalen Daniels looks amazing. Like, it is crazy to see. They just ran into a buzzsaw that is Missouri, but it was a good game. I think that they're also at the top. I think Utah is the clear number one in this conference. If I had to like choose someone right now, that's I'd be like, okay, gonna win the Big 12. But it is a very competitive conference.
And it's crazy to think just last year, Arizona State was like a kind of a front runner for a lot of the season. Well, BYU was up there, and then Arizona State, once BYU got a loss, Arizona State just took over. And now it's looking like they're kind of lost in the pack here.
Yeah, and we're not even talking about the revamped Texas Tech yet. We haven't even gotten into that conversation. They haven't played anyone big.
Baylor, TCU.
Yeah, so the Big 12 is stacked. There is a ton of teams. It is going to be super competitive. I think that they are going to run into the problem of cannibalizing each other, just as we see kind of in the SEC to a bigger degree. But yeah, I think that that's going to happen with the Big 12. I wouldn't be surprised if we had two Big 12 teams get into the playoff, though, because of how stacked they are. I think
two Big 12 teams and a third close one.
Yeah, I would, but also that this is a good year of college football. I think that the ACC looks good. Oh my! Last year it was like, oh my God, do we have to put an ACC team in the playoff? This year there is a clear big three, which I think two of them outstand the third one, which Miami, Florida State, clear 1 and 2, Clemson is there, but there's a big question mark with Clemson now. And then you get into the second tier of the ACC, which is the Georgia Tech, Louisville. Even Duke looked good in their game. Yeah, it was a loss, but hey, you understand the talent. The ACC is looking pretty strong.
Yeah, we'll get into that. We're gonna do a top 25 video, but anything else to wrap up this Arizona State loss?
I know a lot of people slept on this past week. You can't sleep on this. This was awesome. If you can't get up for these types of games, you don't deserve the big marquee matchups. This was college football at its finest. It was awesome to see.
Yeah, and we'll be there for the next one. You guys let us know how you think in the comments. Please like, comment, subscribe.
Later.